Baishnab Parida.
Sir, I express my thanks to you for allowing me to speak out my views on the address of the Honorable President. Sir, in this report, one thing I liked, definitely it is a positive aspect of the achievements of this government, especially inflation and fiscal deficit is decreased. I also welcome the present government's emphasis on development of rural India, which has been neglected since our independence, and its emphasis especially on agriculture. But I failed to mention that in Honorable President's address, which depicts the program of the government for present and for future, there it is not mentioned about the tragic death of thousands of farmers, the suicidal death. Without analyzing the causes of this death, which is due to the failure of our agricultural policy and land policy also. The government has allotted a considerable amount of money to develop agriculture and the rural India. But one thing I must tell you, this allotment of huge money will not deliver the goods unless you control the corruption. The corruption is so much rampant that your thousands of crores, when it will reach to the target end, the thousands will not be there, only hundreds will be there. And it happened during the rule of the UPA, and during their time also, this tragic death or suicidal death of farmers also took place. So they don't have the right, the moral right to accuse you that it happened in your time. It is the policy of the ruling class in our country by ruling parties, which is not pro-farmer or pro-poor. That's why the poverty is still in rampant in the rural India. That they have to also understand, and you also try to learn from their failures also. So my request is, please control the corruption. And corruption is not only the thousands of crores of rupees which was in coal allotment, the coal scam, or all other scams or mega scams. The corruption is faced by the common people in every day in their social and their social life. When a common man goes to a police station, there he is paying money to register his FIR. When he is going to the Tahsildar, unless he paid money, he will not get any document from them. So also in the collectorate. And you are talking of that Panchayat Raj, talking we are implementing the dreams or the ideas of Mahatma Gandhi. What happened in those panchayats? we wanted to decentralize the power. We want to give the power to the common people there. But it has become a center of decentralization of corruption. There, the whole, you see, like the legislative, our assembly elections or parliament elections, where you know how we are winning the election. We know the role of money power, muscle power, and nowadays the role of liquors. That is spoiling the very life of the villages, and it is affecting the panchayat elections also. Without spending lakhs and lakhs of rupees, can a panchayat head, that sarpanch, can be elected? Who are funding them this money? Funding the contractors, the money lenders, the exploiters of the rural society. So we must think, when you are talking of to build a modern India with its prosperity, you have to think these are the things. Without eradicating it, we can't build, we can't establish a democratic society also. Sir, another thing I want to quote our Honorable President, that he has given stress and tolerance, and he said our tolerance is the core of our culture, thousands of years culture. But what is happening? The day when our finance minister presented in both houses one of the most popular budgets, at the previous day in Agra, the speeches have come to kill the people of some society, other society, to kill and brand them as the agent of Pakistan, branded them as anti-national, and even they said they don't have the right to live in this country. And if this atmosphere, one way you are talking economic growth, in another way you are creating hatred in the society, and that will spoil your efforts to build this country economically, make it advance. Two things can't go. You require a social stability, a political stability, and the political stability will not come unless this social stability comes in our country, and that we have to understand. That what happened in this country, have you accepted? I think one thing very often, friends, you quote, sir, our friends quote. No,
2 more minutes.
So, sir.
2 more minutes. Already 8
How many
minutes.
minutes?
One more speaker from you, sir.
Sir.
2 more
A
minutes.
few minutes.
2 minutes.
Sir, you always, this quote, that's our Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel, his certificate to you. You always quote. But the next para of his letter, you never read out. You never tell to your people also what he said. All their speeches were full of communal poison. It was not necessary to spread poison in order to enthuse the Hindus and organize for their protection. As a final result of the poison, the country had to the sacrifice of invaluable life of Gandhiji. He wrote in this letter, and what we learn from Gandhiji. You are talking of his birthday. You are talking of Babasaheb Ambedkar. But in practice, you are doing quite opposite, and which is harmful. Your nationals, you talk of the national, cultural nationalism. You never talked your nationalism. You talk cultural nationalism. Cultural nationalism is a Hindu nationalism. And even Jawaharlal Nehru said, this aggressive
Yes.
cultural nationalism is nothing
Okay.
but fascism. And if you see, you are living not in 1925, you are living 2016. This world has changed. And, sir, 2 minutes. I want one thing, the very surprise, and it is very pathetic for our people that when these calls are hate speeches are made, when people are branded as anti-nationals, at that time, the leaders of the party, BJP, and specifically the Prime Minister remained silent. He is not reacting. And it is not only affecting the people of India, but also abroad. Why they will
No,
come to
Pariyaji,
India
please.
with their capital to
Pariyaji, your
invest
time
it
is
here.
over.
Sir, 1 minute.
Time is
That's
over.
why the New York Times, London Times, and foreign press is still writing that, you see, our Prime Minister tried, after he became the Prime Minister, he went to travel throughout the world in order to change his own image, which was created before he became Prime Minister. And successfully he did something.
No, please.
But the happenings
The
in
time over,
India
please.
is tarnishing his image, tarnishing your party's image, and tarnishing the
Okay, now that's all right.
image of India.
Okay,
Sir,
Paridaji.
this is the thing.
Now,
Sir,
please.
only one thing I
No,
want
please,
to
you
say.
have taken more time.
Sir,
No,
always-
your
we are-
leader has got only now 9 minutes. You have taken 11
So
minutes.
2 minutes, sir. Yeah,
Your
you
leader's
are
time will
talking
be
of-
cut.
Sir, you are talking, you see last time, even when the president was the finance minister,
No,
the,
please.
you
You
see
have taken more
that
time.
he,
No,
he
please.
gave emphasis
No,
on
please.
the development of
No,
Eastern
please.
India. And for
No,
that,
please.
develop the
No,
agriculture.
your leader is to
Money.
speak. He has only now 8 minutes.
That's one thing. But one, in this budget, the Eastern India is neglected, sir.
Okay.
So I
That you say when the budget is coming.
And
At the
Odisha,
time of budget, you can speak.
Odisha,
Okay.
yes,
Budget speech.
I also want.
Okay.
Yes, sir,
When we
the
take
special
discussion on budget,
category has
yes.
done. Now a
No,
special
no.
package should
When
be
we
given
discuss
to
budget,
Odisha for its
Budget discussion, you can speak that, please. Now, please,
all
that's
right,
all.
thank you very much.
Next is Mr.